on, Rangers! Come
I
on,
missed the whole game.
The Southern Combination Football League Challenge Cup, a competition that includes the teams in the Southern Combination Football League Division 2, which we think is the 7th step on the non-league football pyramid, something like 10 promotions below Dorking to give you some context. Down near the south coast, at the home of Stenning Town, Charlwood are to face Rustington FC, the club that has already won the Division 2 league title. They're going for a double, and having kicked the young Charlwood players around the park in their last meeting, what lies ahead is something of a grudge match. And here at Bunch of Amateurs, we are all for subplots and conflict when it comes to telling the story of a football match. And there's plenty of that going on today, for we also have the return of Lewis Forstick, club captain and a key player from the Barks regime, who was last seen by our cameras tearing a hamstring on this very pitch, having finally been given a chance to show he's more than just a defender. So Charlwood manager Stephen Payne and his assistant Tom Haywood are keen to get their young side up for a match that could turn Payne's first season as a manager into a successful one.
I am a firm believer in fate and superstition, and for those of you that were here, my very first game was actually in this fucking dressing room. I was stood here on that day not knowing what I was fucking doing, probably still don't, but just stepping in for that one time. Kieran asked me to do it just short term while we potentially found someone else. That hasn't happened, and here we are. We won that day, and we're going to fucking win today, all right? Same as always, 4-3-3. Same 11 pretty much as Saturday, with the exception of bringing Stoney in. The one thing that we can do, and that we've been moaning about for weeks on end, playing on that Charlwood pitch now, is play on a 4G pitch like that. Big wide pitch, plenty of opportunity to play football, not playing on a fucking dust bowl. So let's make the most of that today. I want us to carry on playing with a high press. Stoney, Don, push on as high as you can. Lots of overlaps. Ben was very, very good at that on Saturday. Stoney, I know you're more than fucking happy to do that. It is a fucking big pitch, much bigger than Charlwood's pitch. So although I want you to do that as much as possible, let's just be fucking careful. You played 90 minutes yesterday, you played 90 minutes Friday. I know you're 20, but just obviously be mindful of that. Joel and Youngie, sorry, I'm not going to miss out the big man, Zach. Playing through probably quite a lot of pain tonight. Yeah, I'll be alright. And he would fucking do that. He is the sort of guy you want in the fucking trenches with you. He was captain that day as well. That's a fate. He was captain that day and we won that day. He's not captain tonight, but he was here and he's been here from the very start. Joel and Youngie, fucking brilliant Saturday. Obviously, Joel, you had to play quite a majority game at right back. We all know that's where you want to play. We all know that's your best position. Just fucking do what you do. Be a leader. Win the balls in the air. Just be sensible with distribution, yeah? I think all of us, probably in the back line, have been guilty of, and that's where, with the pitch that we're working to at Charlwood, probably going a bit long because you can't play as much through the thirds, you can't play as much on the floor. We have been looking to out wide over the top a lot of the time. We don't have to do that today. We have confidence in these three players in here. Very, very, very good, talented boys on the ball. So let's make the most of that. I'm not saying we don't use our strengths, which on that fucking pitch, this guy has got one hell of a head start against most people. So let's mix it up. We play through the thirds. If it has to go long, Don, I don't want to see that ball as much today. We don't have to do that cross-field ball, right? If it's on, it's on. Yeah, but we've just got to be mindful of the fact it can get cut out and we don't have to do it as much today. You three, first time all three of you playing together, I think this season was on Saturday. And to be honest, you look like you've been doing it all fucking season. I think all three of you worked really well together. The one thing, I'm just going to say it again, we have to get bodies in the box. So Retta, Lewis, both of you, I don't care who does it or if one goes. Lewis, I know you was playing a bit more further forward. Carry on with that today. If he drops into here, Lou, get round him, get ahead of the ball. Stephen, again, exceptional on Saturday. Just terrorise them. When I texted you the other day, tear it up, mate. Just fucking make them scared. From the first minute, just knock it round them, terrify them. Liddell, tricky old pro, where is he? There he is.
Smooth the boy.
Has he got new boots for the occasion as well?
He looks a fucking bollocks. I've got to be honest, he looks a fucking bollocks.
She said it. Can't get him with a young kid,
Yeah, you know, brother.
Just don't get caught too much in here. I know you naturally want to get in there, but as we said at half time on Saturday, you got to be our number 9. You got to be in the box, making runs in here. Get us a goal, all right? Connor, where is he? I think pretty much every time I did a team talk at the start of the season, I've said, get on the ball, take the piss. And you do that most naturally, most weeks anyway. But let's make sure it's with purpose today. Make sure when you're beating someone or you're cutting inside, you're getting a shot off or you're getting someone else into play. You're a fucking unbelievable talent. MOM in the semi-final. Make sure it's the same today. All right, boy? All 5 of you on the bench have all played a massive part in this season, and I am really gutted that I obviously can't play 16 players. Whether you come on or whether you stay on the bench today, you've been massive this season. You will get a medal when we win, and just give everything from the sideline as you would if you were on the pitch. All right, boys? Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, heads on now. Let's have a good warm up.
Excited?
Yes, mate. Yes, very much so. Yeah, it feels like we've been waiting for this for sort of months. I know that's not actually possible because the semi-final was only a few weeks ago, but it feels like it's taken an age to get here, if I'm honest. Unfortunately, Cam Lawson, who was in the semi-final, scored 2 goals in the semi-final. He's out injured, out for the season, so he's the only loss. Joe Stone has come back in for us. He played in the quarter-final. But apart from that, we're very similar to the semi-final. So probably about 6 weeks ago now, at that stage, we were within a sniff of still actually winning the league because we had a lot of games in hand. So we went away to their place and unfortunately lost to a last-minute winner from them. So we lost 2-1. We went down to 10 men. Real sickener. So it's a bit of a revenge today, hopefully.
Who should we be looking out for tonight, do you reckon?
Definitely the 2 wide boys. Connor, 17. I think I said this before the semi-final as well. He was the MOM in the semi-final. Just a bag of tricks. Just every time he gets on the ball, he wants to beat people. And Stephen, who plays right wing, is absolutely electric. He was brilliant on Saturday. He actually played a through ball to Jamie Liddell on Saturday. Jamie didn't get to it, but he ran onto his own through ball and still managed to get it. So, as I said to you before, mate, I feel more nervous as a manager than I would if I was playing, because when you're playing, you feel like you can affect the game. When you're managing, you can only do so much. But I'm confident. We've got a great squad.
I mean, cup finals, what you play the game for. That's what you come out to put the grind in. Through training, through coaching, and days it's pissing with rain and it's awful, you kind of think, well, why would we bother sometimes, especially when sometimes players have a moan or a referee hasn't quite given you the thoughts you want. But cup finals are the be all and end all really for the excitement, for spectators, but for coaches. I think from them they're going to have an experienced side tonight, are going to be looking at what we've done before and they're going to try and set up for that. I think we stretched them in certain areas last time, definitely down the flanks with our pace. Young legs are better than older legs normally, but they're an experienced side, so they're going to set up how they play, and they've won the league, and it's going to be a good game from that perspective.
Right, Tom, do you want to go first?
Come on now. Yeah, I mean there ain't a lot to say, is there? You've got enough in this locker room now to know what's expected on these occasions. You've all been playing in cup finals. Fucking he's done 3 already this season, haven't you? What we found sometimes during the season is we've got into half time and you haven't done in the first half necessarily what we put in play. You're not going to get to half time today having not gone out there and played what you can and what you're being asked to do. You're not going to be level. You're not going to be at that position. You've had weaker opposition this season. You got away with it. We did a bit on Saturday. But you were outstanding second half. But you did what was expected. We asked you to change it slightly. Just go out there tonight and start from the off. Do what's expected from the off. Go and play as you can from the off. And you smash this lot. We all want you to win. You want to win. And you can. You got it in you. You've got good officials around there tonight, and I haven't seen them before. What I mean is that you've got officials. Yeah, you're not going to have the same as you did last time. They're going to try it, but they're not going to get away with it so much. Just let the fourth officials know. Let the lines know if they are trying that. That's what's going on. But you've got that about you. You can go out and perform. And I say every week, and I referee from youngsters to old. Enjoy it. The cup final's about enjoying it as well. We all want to be playing these occasions. Go out and enjoy it. Yeah, nerves and all that play a little bit of a part. Just go out and enjoy the game. That's what it's about.
Boys, just one thing that I just want to just go off the back of what Tom said there. It's be smart. We know what their game plan is. They want to antagonise. They want to bully. They want to try and kick lumps out of people. Hopefully that they won't get away with that as much tonight. But we have to be fucking smart. So that goes both ways. So if they do fucking kick us, if they do be overly aggressive, if they do something off the ball, let's make sure the fucking ref knows about it. They certainly will. That's why we've gone down to 10 men twice against them before. Now, we shouldn't have to get you up for these occasions, absolutely not. But just one thing to fucking remember, who was in that dressing room, who was in that game, that last game we played against them, when they scored that fucking last minute equaliser, the fucking manager was jumping on top of a pylon, giving it all that, giving us grief the whole fucking game. Well, let's make sure we fucking turn that around today and stick it up them. Come on, boys, let's go, come on!
Payne has Charlwood set up in a 4-3-3 formation, which means against Rustington's 3-5-2 formation, they have to press their opponents at every opportunity. It also means the Rustington wing-backs are going to have a very busy evening, especially if they try to play high up the pitch. Playing in possibly his last ever Charlwood game, again, Jamie Liddell shows an appetite for getting his team off to a flyer when he robs John Beanie early on.
Good, Liddell!
Based on witness testimony from the recent encounter between the two sides, this is likely to be a physical game, with Rustington looking to rattle a far younger Charlwood side, while those lads themselves will be looking to prove they're not to be bullied.
Settle! Fucking difficult ball for him to deal with that. Yes, Zach! Good start all round, Charlwood!
Charlwood have seen a lot of the early play, but 10 minutes in, Harvey Woolard is caught out, and Chris Darwin is able to play in striker Keir Ron Howard.
Push on! One of you's got to go in there!
Rustington do seem keen to work the ball from the back, but a high and energetic press from Charlwood isn't going to make that game plan easy.
Beat him!
Connor Colcutt gets his first sight of goal, but his finish is wayward. The first half is largely defined by loose passes and inadvisable challenges, as the pressure of the occasion seems to be getting to both teams.
Hey, Stephen!
With quick-footed wide man Stephen Adegboye on the pitch, Payne knows a defensive free kick is a prime counter-attack opportunity.
Go on, turn!
Adegboye is coming alive, and the likes of Jake Sayes. The Rustington defence, a lot to think about.
He's got Lewis's legs on it.
Fuck me, get on the ball. Play the easy ball!
Just said set.
Charlwood have lively players up top, but a propensity for losing the ball in the pockets, and this time it gives Rustington a golden opening. Regan Miles finds himself up against the man mountain that is Zach Rice, but Miles is about as successful at climbing said mountain as Beck Weathers.
Yes, Zach! Quality!
Kia Ron Howard certainly has a nice way with the ball, but juggling it around in the centre circle might not be the best way of approaching this game, especially with Jamie Liddell looking on form.
Go on, Jay! Brilliant! Brilliant, Liddell! Oh, you lucky fucker.
When Chris Darwin finds a way through, it's left to Joel Mann to stop him.
Yes, Joel. Good tackle.
We don't have a camera on the Rustington bench, but it's safe to say they're not happy with Joel's efforts to win the ball. We're not 100% convinced either way on this, but to call Joel's challenge clumsy feels about right.
That was a good challenge. He just nicked it.
Well done, Zach.
We're pleased to see Zach showing the kind of reliability that has made him such an important cog in the Charlwood machine this season, although the big man does still have his moments.
What? Oh my God, what happened there?
When Zach's misplaced pass ends up with Kia Ron Howard, the striker thinks it's happy days as he gets far and away the best chance of the match.
Come on, boys, just need to settle. Just keep the ball for a little while.
Keeping the ball is proving hard work, and Rustington are looking to pounce on every mistake.
Yes,
James Young's blatant late challenge on Finlay Aldridge is only worthy of a yellow, but it's easy to see why Rustington are aggrieved given Aldridge's overhit pass and the loss of a 2-on-1.
Breakaway! Breakaway! Go on, Jamie! Oh! Finish, cunt!
First time.
Oh,
Unlucky,
he's got to
unlucky.
get that
Unlucky,
up.
good thinking. Good decision. Good decision. Well done.
The game's opening up with counter opportunities rife, and Charlwood's front men are beginning to click.
Yes! Get in! Yes!
Lewis Forstick's excellent hold-up play tees up Connor Colcutt, and the 17-year-old attacker, tipped for success earlier by Payne, clips the shot under the crossbar to give Charlwood the lead.
10-20 yards, just drop in a little bit.
I know, mate, I know. They're playing 3-5-2, and he's literally cheating. We've asked Connor, we've got to call Stephen in the other side. He's got to drop 10 yards further, and Harvey's got to drop in, yeah.
Defender James Young is consulting with Payne in an effort to stem the tide from the Rustington wingbacks, who are playing high up the pitch, even more so now they're a goal down.
Joel, too much.
Rustington's response to the goal is credible, but so is Charles defending. Just about.
Only half hour gone.
I know, feels like about fucking 3 hours.
Rustington are getting more corners than Marlowe Stanfield, dropping the ball on Zach every time, but the keeper swats them away with relative ease.
Yes, Zach. Fucking love that.
On this counter, we might finally get to see what Stephen Adegboye can do.
Go on, Steve. Roast him! Roast him! No.
Huh.
Holy shit. Someone's got a knife and didn't have a ball.
Brilliant, Connor Liddell. Well done.
Half-time is on the horizon, and Rustington are pushing for an equaliser, which might give Jamie Liddell a chance to punish a mistake.
Go on, Jay! Go on, Jay! Fucking hell!
For a man who's spent over 20 years scoring one-on-ones, Jamie's miss-hit is all the more surprising. Still, Charlwood are looking the more likely to score the next goal, with Adegboye and Liddell carving out the openings.
That's all we're going to ask, isn't it? No.
Well done.
We're getting some chances, though.
For fuck's sake, shit, sorry boys, that feels fucking dog.
So I'll come inside. I've got a man directly on me. Inside, bro.
Yeah.
Oi, the only thing sometimes we might have to do. You're gonna get chances, have more fucking chances after that.
Relax, everyone relax.
Come on. 45 minutes down, well done. Well fucking done.
Right, boys, listen up. Let's have one voice. Tom, do you want to go first?
Yeah, part of that. Their threat is to put a lot of balls up to the 9, and Youngie asked early on what we doing. Yeah, you deal with a 9, and you're doing a really good job of that. But if he's doing that, then we've got to get players around him, because if the 9 does win it, or it comes off him, there's going to be people picking up. So either you've done terrific in there. You back 5, 6, whatever it is at the back with Zach as well. You know you're in a fucking game. It's a cup final. You know you're in a game. You've all done absolutely superb. Absolutely superb, all of you. I'd like a little bit of Connor and Stephen. When we're out of possession, and I've spoken to Connor on this side because he's easier to talk to, because he's near me. When we're out of possession, just drop 10, 20 yards, just to pick up. Because when their wingers do drop into them zones, or when the ball drops in there, there's fucking big acre between you and then Don, or you, Stephen, and then Stoney on the other side. Big acres.
But then they just play it short and lump it anyways.
Then let them lump it, and we deal with it at the back. We deal with it at the back, yeah. Rather than allow them to come into our half and then play, which we don't want them to do, just let them lump it in there, because we're dealing with that. By being an open game, that's giving you opportunities. I just said to Painley on the way in there, the difference in today is going to be who's the better finishing? Who's going to finish the day better? Who's going to slot them goals? And Con, that was a fucking superb effort. Yeah, you're going to get chances. They're going to get chances, but it's who's going to take them today is going to win this game of football. And so far, you're a little bit ahead of that on that.
Boys, just a couple of observations from me, and I think you've all pointed it out. Don's mentioned it as well. We have to compete. I know it's not your game. I know it's not your game, Stephen. It's certainly my fucking game when I'm playing. I don't want to fucking head the ball. But what I would do is I would jump with them and put them off. Try and compete. We cannot, if the ball goes up towards you, towards him, just let them fucking just walk up and just head it back the other way, because then they're fucking in the game again. We have to compete no matter what. Connor's doing it on his side. You two have got to do it on your side as well. Yeah. We have to try and put our foot on the ball and take a bit of the franticness out of the game. I know it's a cup final and everybody, it's fucking 100 miles an hour, and it may carry on that way second half, it might calm down. But just relax sometimes, boys, because I think everyone, once they get on the ball, they're just thinking, fucking hell, where have I got to go next? I've got to pass it there, and then you fucking give it away. Let's just calm. You're all very good footballers on the ball. You can just take a touch, pass it out that way. It hasn't always got to be the killer ball. Let's just take a bit of the sting out of the game, especially this second half. We're winning the game. It's now down to them to take the game to us. We can waste as much time as we fucking want. Just be fucking smart. We said it at the start. We just got to see that through now. 45 minutes, boys. 45 minutes to end this season the biggest fucking way we ever could. Yeah, all right, boys. 45 minutes.
Let's fucking do this, boys.
When we get the
The half is but a minute old when Zach decides to rush towards Keir Ron Howard, letting the big striker know he's not to be trifled with.
Well, you've gone into that as well.
The rest of the defence will need to be made of stern stuff too, for Rustington have responded well to their half-time team talk.
Time!
Blues are throwing the ball into the box, but Zach is for the most part not being tested. Unlike Rustington's patience when Connor tries to give them the ball back.
Allez, Lewis, come on! He didn't mean that, did he?
Charlwood are pinned into their own half. The back four are unable to push up, with Rustington's wingers playing so high up the pitch.
Away!
Oh, I thought he was going to win that then. Seconds!
No foul! No foul! One on one. Come here. Away, get up, kid.
Get out to him!
Perhaps aware of Don Street's free kick party tricks, Rustington have been careful not to give him a shooting opportunity, but a foul on Jamie Liddell finally gives him a chance. The free kick is a rare break from Rustington's dominance, and while their shooting is wayward, they do seem the most likely to score the next goal. A perfectly placed hook from Chris Darwin puts Keir Ron Howard in on goal. He gets the ball onto his right foot before looking for the far corner.
Stand up, Joe! Stand up, Joe! Heads up, boys! Heads up! Heads up!
The striker does brilliantly to cut inside Joel Mann before curling the shot past the goalkeeper, who is Zach. Zach, the goalkeeper.
Oi! Come on, boys! Come on!
Buoyed by the comeback, Rustington keep the pressure on. A ball over the top to Finlay Aldridge gives him a sniff, and he attempts to put the ball beyond Zach's grasp. We were told to expect some tough challenges, but so far neither team has employed much of the dark arts, at least until Finlay Aldridge goes for Harvey Woolard's face. Woolard is again in the wars when Jamie Crouch's studs land on the youngster's ankle.
Buy him!
Both players flew into the challenge and perhaps Crouch's connection was unwitting. Still, there's at least one Rustington fan who is willing to get into a fight over it with a Charlwood player.
You fucking idiot. Yeah, come over.
Far be it from us to judge, it just feels like a strange way to spend a Tuesday evening.
You shouldn't even be on there. You should be off.
The break in play helps Charlwood, who alleviate the pressure on their defence and find plenty of space down the Rustington right-hand side.
Hasn't gone, hasn't gone, hasn't gone.
Next one on, Jay!
Jamie Liddell links up perfectly with Connor Colcutt, who cuts inside Crouch and Mike Gilchrist before squeezing the ball under Billy Nash in the Rustington goal for his second of the match. Rustington responded well the first time they went behind, but the second time feels different. Charlwood are in the ascendancy, and for the first time since the opening quarter of the game, their full press is forcing the ball from their opponents.
Keep your head, Wags, keep your head!
Go on, Jamie!
Free head. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, Lou!
Move the ball. That's all right, that's good enough. Good enough. Relax, relax, relax.
Charlwood should be slowing the game down, but with Connor looking for a hat-trick, there's little chance of that happening.
Connor! Oh!
He said it after we wanted a hat-trick. Yeah.
For some people, the term game management is a meaningless cliche, but to Charlwood, it appears to mean score more goals. And with less than 10 minutes to go, they're only interested in getting a third. Jake's say yes is bamboozled by Jamie Waghorn's cross, but Billy Nash reacts brilliantly to parry. Don Street then picks out Jamie, who sets up Connor for a cup final hat-trick in the final minute.
You're in! Fucking ball that is.
Oh my word!
Save, keeper.
What a save that is!
Nash once again keeps his team in it, and one can't help but feel Rustington are going to get a chance to rescue themselves. Keir Ron Howard has worked tirelessly up top, and he still has enough energy to lead the Charlwood defenders on a merry dance before unleashing a shot on goal.
Yes!
The match is into injury time, and Rustington have one last push forwards.
Delay, delay, delay. Don't jump in.
Substitute James Weatherspoon was inches away from happy hour, but true to his name, he found nothing but disappointment, self-loathing and regret. There's just enough time for Connor to have one more shot at a hat-trick.
That's the tree.
Turn! Roll him! Yeah! Get in! Yeah!
Showing astonishing composure for a 17-year-old, Colcutt guides the ball first time past the imperious Billy Nash to win the cup for Charlwood. During the celebrations, defender James Young gives a little bit of stick back to the ageing supporter who had been hurling abuse all game.
Fuck off, you prick! It's amazing how we won the league as well, mate, or you shitters. Come on then, come back. Come on! Come on, come here! Yeah, you know we're not allowed, but you can come here. You can come there after though, boy.
Just to be clear, that's a 58-year-old man trying to start a fight with a 19-year-old because his team lost.
Your first trophy ever, mate! When you win leagues, you should be champion.
Yes! Yes!
Humility though. We're humble with it. We enjoy it, but we're humble with it.
Come on, Red.
Get in there! Yes! Cheers, fellas. Cheers, well done. Well done. Cheers, mate. Well done. Well done. Cheers, mate. Well done. Yes, brother!
Well done. Deserve it.
Woo!
Let's have it! Yes!
And your runners-up are Rustington. So they won the league. They've got runners-up this up. I think it was a good final, though.
Well done, well done. Well done.
Come on, Tommy. I've got to wear these clothes, you pricks.
Colcutt's on fire! Your defence is terrified! Colcutt's on fire! Your defence is terrified! Colcutt's on fire! Your defence is terrified! Colcutt's on fire!
Buzzing, mate. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I couldn't have. I mean, the game itself was frantic. End to end, just couldn't rest for a minute. But I think we definitely deserved to win. I think anyone that was watching that as a neutral, I think would say we deserved to win. Hat trick for Connor. I mean, Jesus, 17 years old to score goals like that in a final. He actually got a knock in the warm up as well. He was never not going to play, but it wasn't 100% as well. So
it was hard because I think the ball didn't get switched out wide to me enough, and I wanted to get on the ball more, but it was all up in the air, so it was just a bit of a struggle. So no, their defence was decent, but
as soon as you give him the ball, you know he's going to do something good with it. And at such a young age, to have that confidence to drive at people and take people on and keep doing it is unbelievable. And yeah, he was brilliant today.
We expected to play better up here on the surface. The 4G for us was going to suit our game. 4 officials, as you probably saw, was needed against the way they set themselves out, complaining at the referee all the time, and it's difficult as an opponent to them that our players down there reacted a little bit more than they did today, with 4 officials out there controlling that a bit better. It suited and it was expected as what we wanted.
Disappointed with the results. Obviously we've had a great season, obviously won the league, but we wanted another trophy to finish the season with, and obviously coming away from it is disappointing. Boys gave it all tonight, but yeah, really gutted to not come away with a trophy.
You've captained this club to a couple of cup wins. How does it compare?
It's difficult to compare right now because those nights seem quite far away. Having said that, I did, because that yellow kit we wore tonight, I remember I had a video of when we won last time. That's 3 years ago. 3 years ago today feels like a lifetime away. I think this at this moment in time, this means a bit more because, for one, it's my first trophy as a manager. Wasn't ever sure I wanted to be a manager. This was the first game I did. Was here against Upper Beeding, so it seems like it's all like fate. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it means much more at the moment. When I look back in a few years' time, it'd be difficult to compare.
Cup finals they're more exciting. They're better. All your family come down. You have a great night out. You can celebrate it. It's just a better. I think it's just a better thing to win at this level, personally.
It's a great club. I can't speak highly of it. It's my first season with them. I've been around playing football for almost 20 years now, senior football, and come down and play at Rustington. I know a lot of the players, a lot of the management side, and I've really enjoyed this season. The club, unfortunately, can't progress at current because of its current stadia. Obviously, we play on a recreation pitch. There's no support for us to develop the ground from the parish council or the actual council itself. So there's no support there for us to progress.
Their game plan, as you probably saw out there, is pump balls into areas, win corners, win throw-ins, and then pump it into the box again. And how many times did it come into the box from corners when he's punched it away and just cleared everything? He goes so under the radar, Zach, with what he does for the club sometimes, and everyone. And he's had a bit of sort of like, he gets a few bad comments on here sometimes in previous years, as you know, but he's an unbelievable goalkeeper and an unbelievable character to have around.
I love Zach. I think his personality is amazing. He's hard as nails on the pitch, but off the pitch, he's soft on the inside and just so nice to me, honestly.
There's a lot of boys in there that are at the beginning of their journey really in senior football. I mean, some of them have had their first taste of senior football this season. So to finish third in the league with a cup final win is ridiculous, really, when you consider that.
No, mate. No, that's me. That's me done for Saturdays. I think I can't keep going. It's just too much. They're too young. There's too many good players coming through. Young players, good players that just need the game time and are better than me and fitter than me and sharper than me, and can't keep fucking holding them back and playing me up front, you know what I mean? Can't get away with that every week. So, yeah, that's me done, mate.
It does hurt to lose a final, no matter what age or what level you lose a final. It will hurt. It's not the first one, so yeah, won't be in a pleasant mood tomorrow and probably for the rest of the week.
And finally, you can get some sleep tonight?
I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'll have to get some sleep. But yeah, it's going to be hard to switch off, that's for sure.
Thanks for watching Bunch of Amateurs on YouTube. I think we're on, this is a YouTube version. So this means you've got to hit like and subscribe and leave a comment because that helps us grow.